Welcome back everyone, this is GTA Failer. In our last video we tackled the mission Grand Theft Arrow. We continued the Donald Love chain with the next mission. It's called Escort Service. So the idea here is that we found that package in the last mission. Oh, by the way, falsehood in this cutscene is supposed to be one word, not two. Get it together, Rockstar. So that package now needs to be authenticated, and it's the old Oriental gentleman who is going to do the authentication, but we need to make sure that he gets over to Pike Creek safely, and so we are escorting him to Pike Creek. He is being driven in a Securicar by like a generic Securicar driver, and we just need to protect him along the way from the Colombian cartel that are out on the street shooting at the secure car, and also from some cartel cruisers that will spawn in at fixed locations. So there is the secure car with the arrow. I'm going to switch over to my favorite M16 and then get close to the secure car to wake him up. And I'm going to show you first my vanilla attempt at this, and I'll point out the fixed locations of all of the bad guys that we're taking care of here. So the first place that I like to stop is over at Bob's Burgers. It's not Bob's Burgers, whatever this burger shop is here on the left. And then look for the cartel cruiser to come out. I typically find it comes down that road to my east, but in this clip it's going to come from the west. And you can see the damage meter for the secure car is currently empty, and every time it takes some damage, that damage meter fills up, and if it fills up all the way, then it's mission fail. So the reward for passing this mission is 40,000 bucks and unlocking the next Donald Love mission, which is called Decoy. Okay, so gonna try to catch up. I think this is in double speed here, trying to catch up to the secure car. And there's going to be two foot soldiers, two Colombian cartel foot soldiers here on the ground, one on either sidewalk, opposite sides of the street. And they shoot at the secure car, but they don't, I think they typically don't shoot at me, although it looked like that guy was. Maybe that was in retaliation for me shooting his buddy. There is another guy up on the steps of the stadium. I didn't get there in time to make any difference at all, but there he is. And then as we make this left-hand turn here, there'll be a guy standing on the ground in the quad to the college to our right, so I'm going to run him over. And then I'm going to fast forward again. I get out looking for a cartel cruiser, which usually spawns somewhere around here and chases after the secure car, but in this particular attempt it didn't. So I'll just fast forward until the next guy, which is the person standing on top of the entrance to the tunnel. So he's right up here. Now, of course, I'm too late to do anything about it because the secure car has already passed, but just kind of showing you the locations of all these guys. Fast forwarding into the tunnel, at the T junction, the T intersection coming up, there'll be another Colombian cartel member right there. Again, I was too late to do anything about it, but you can see the damage meter is only, I don't know, 15% full. So it's pretty forgiving, this mission. The goal is to come out of this tunnel over at the airport, and I'm going to go out way ahead of the secure car behind me, and I'm going to wait for the two guys to spawn in. They won't spawn in until the secure car is close. One of them will be right here by these orange safety cones, and the other will be right on top of the roof of the tunnel that we just came out of. So that's those two guys, and then continuing on this road in front of the airport, typically there's one or two cartel cruisers. Here I'm just waiting for the secure car to slowly catch up. So as soon as I see the cartel cruisers, I stop my car and get out an M16, one or both of them. Yeah, so you can see a second one just entered the game. Get some. Yeah, this weapon is just OP. All right, and then I think it's just two more foot soldiers. Again, one on either side of the street. They will be just north of the big red gasoline billboard coming up on the right-hand side. And again, I think I'm too late to do anything. And you can see the damage meter filled up, you know, maybe a good 20% there. But we did enough to let the secure car get through. And then it is going to park in this particular garage. Once in a while it gets stuck on its way over here, and then it's essentially mission fail. I decided to drive in just to see what would happen. I didn't expect the garage door would close on me, and it didn't. Then I got out and I thought I was maybe stuck because I couldn't get back in my car, but I think eventually I made my way in front of that secure car and then make it out for mission pass. Note that this secure car is explosion proof, so if you make a cartel cruiser blow up right next to the secure car, the damage meter of the secure car will be unaffected. Okay, next clip. What if I take my very heavy barracks OL and I try to push the secure car into the water? I'm expecting to fail, but I just wanted to see if there was any kind of a different fail state message at the bottom. So you'll need a car. You're going to notice an error in the subtitles here when it says let's go. There's no apostrophe in the word let's. Again, a rock star, get it together. Okay, so this is kind of a slow trip, even though the water is quite close. I'm actually not even hitting the gas in my barracks OL. I'm just here, getting pushed along as I gently guide this secure car in double speed to the water. And one thing that happened when the secure car goes in there, obviously we're going to fail, but then we're going to see the poor old Oriental gentleman bobbing up and down. So sad. Sorry, bud. There are real consequences to my actions, but it's all in the name of science. Just for kicks, I decided to try to jump on the floating secure car. So this is going to be death as soon as I get off of this thing. No way back up. But I wanted to see what would happen if I blew up this thing. I knew I would take some damage, but would a blown up vehicle in the water still support me? And the answer is yes. I was surprised. I didn't even lose any health because I was drowning. Like I was literally underwater lying on my back from the explosion. So interesting stuff. And I feel like I'm just static and everything else is moving around me. Okay, next, I wanted to get this unique explosion-proof secure car into my garage, just like all the other secure cars. So I've pushed it all the way here. I blew it up with my tank, pushed it all the way here. Now my barracks OL is supposed to keep the garage door open, but the barracks OL is actually just going to disappear. We'll see it disappear as the camera moves around right there. And then I'm going to try to push the secure car in, and I think this is going to be a fail. I got a lot of fails to show you trying to get the secure car in. So it's still alive here, but then when the garage door comes down a second time, I think we're in trouble. Gone, totally gone. Ugh. Yeah, so even though the barracks is explosion proof, it will still blow up when you run into it with the tank. Yeah, so that one I looked away for a second and it disappeared. And it takes so long to push this very heavy secure car, even with that crazy heavy tank, that you can run out of health with your tank, even though the tank has so many hit points. Here I'm going to glitch into blue hell, trying to push the secure car away from this garbage dump here. And of course, by the time I ran back to the secure car, it was long gone. And then in this next clip, the barracks OL had already despawned, so now we're going to try to use this special bobcat to hold the door open for the secure car. And despawn. I didn't even do anything. The camera was just kind of like moving around because I was near the tank. I will tell you, this is my final attempt at getting the unique secure car into my garage. That cheat activated is the double speed code when you're playing the game. Time flies when that's the code. And so I'm not going to fast forward in the video editing software here. You're just going to see this whole thing play out, mostly in double speed, including the pushing part. I will tell you that I spent an hour and a half on trying to get this secure car into my garage. I only showed you, what, I think 5 close calls, but an hour and a half of this. It's even a slow chase, even at double speed. But anyway, this was my best attempt, so we'll see how it goes. Some of the issues of trying to get the secure car into your garage are the same as before. If you don't look at the secure car the whole time, there's a good chance it will despawn. There's a real good opportunity for getting a wanted attention in this mission, in this task, because you blow up every car that you touch. And right now I'm speeding up trying to catch up to this thing, so I'm using my the tank ammo, and I'm trying to get the tank to explode near this road right here. That was my best bet. I thought this was sort of the closest opportunity to push him from his fixed path into my safe house garage. And there, I did look away from the secure car for a few seconds. I think that there's a grace period when this car explodes, that if you aren't looking at it during the grace period, it won't despawn. But once the grace period has ended, then it will despawn if you look away. Very easy to get wanted attention, and then the doors of the secure car are open while you're driving it. And so if the police officer gets near the tank, then you just get pulled out. It's immediate busted. So after an hour and a half of failing this, I started to use that wanted level cheat that you just saw there. That just gets rid of the wanted level. The cheat code is no police please. No police please. And it gets rid of all of your wanted stars, not just one at a time. So in and I think I'm going to use that code a few more times here. Another issue I had with in these attempts here is that I was constantly getting pulled out of my tank by the Jamaican yardies, right? They're aggressive to me for the rest of the game. And then because of all these explosions, some of the pedestrians get angry, and here's one now pulling me out. And it's not a big deal. So here I'm getting rid of my wanted level. It's not a big deal getting pulled out, except I don't have control over the camera when I get pulled out. And so if I accidentally look away because the camera is kind of going wonky as I get pulled out, and then the secure car could just despawn. And then every time I get back into my tank, the secure car could despawn because the camera, again, is not, I don't know what it's going to do. So here's another, same person. Okay, and now back in the tank, hoping the secure car doesn't despawn with that kind of funny camera thing that's happening. Okay, so in a bunch of the attempts, I had a Bobcat and a Barracks OL in that garage, but I think that was part of the issue with some of my fails, is that I was trying to push a third vehicle into a garage that's only intended to hold two. And so the game was quite happy to despawn this one vehicle because it was already exploded. It's waiting for the opportunity to despawn this vehicle to kind of clean up its memory. So off video in this clip, I have taken the Bobcat out of the garage. So the only vehicle that's going to be in the garage when we get this thing pushed down there is the Barracks OL. And I'm going to use the Barracks OL to hold the garage door open. And I think here I'm turning off the double speed cheat just so I can take my time with this. And then as I use the the Barracks OL to keep the garage door open, and I try shoving this secure car into the garage, I'm going to accidentally blow up the secure car by like touching it with the tank, and then it despawned when I tried to shove it back in to the garage. So if I wanted to keep this secure car that I'm going to push into my garage here, then I would need to give up both the unique Bobcat and the unique Barracks OL. And frankly, I'm not willing to do that. I'm going to save after I get this secure car into my garage, but I'm going to save over the save that's coming up. So you won't see this secure car in any future video of mine because I saved over the one moment here where I got it into the garage. So here I think I could have just, oh yeah, I was ready to just shove it in, but then the garage door closed. And I learned my lesson from earlier attempts at doing something like this, like pushing an exploded vehicle into my garage. And so I learned that you don't want to push it in slowly. You want to really push it in fast so that the game doesn't have an opportunity to despawn it while it's halfway in the garage. Okay, so here goes nothing. I'm going to back up a little bit. I was nervous I was going to despawn it right there with that camera flick, and then I'm going to use the ammo in the tank to really give me as much forward velocity as I can. And then I shoved it in there. There's the Barracks OL exploded. And then I tried to shove the Barracks OL in next to the secure car, but the garage door came down and despawned my Barracks OL like a jerk. But here you go. There is an explosion-proof secure car sitting in my garage, and that took only an hour and a half. What a bargain. Okay, so I think I am going to show the whatchamacallit, the explosion proofness of this vehicle, and also that it is not fireproof or yeah, so it has no problem with the rocket launcher or the grenade, but if I hit it with the flames, you can see it catches fire. And if I did that 2 more times, it would catch fire and explode. But I will shoot it to death with the M16, so not bulletproof, not fireproof, but it is explosion proof. Okay, now I'm going to show you my technique when I actually speedrun the game. This is a super advanced technique that only my smartest viewers are going to be able to follow. So maybe get like a pencil and paper. You might have to watch this part of the video a few times to really get all the details. I'm going to show it in quadruple speed mostly. Here's what we do. You take any vehicle, you get close to the important secure car here, and then you abandon that secure car. And in quadruple speed here, we're heading towards the bridge. I know this is kind of, like I said, advanced. but just follow along with me. My bold strategy here is to do nothing. Absolutely nothing. And we're going to hang out here just on the other side of the raising and lowering part of the bridge, but not so far that we enter shoreside proper. Like I don't want to get that short, you're welcome to shoreside message. So if you're looking at the little mini map there, you'll see that the secure car is making progress. It's moving around this circle. And when it gets to around the 1 o'clock position, I'm going to get a message that says go to the tunnel. Um, Go ahead and scout the exit of the tunnel. Now that secure car is stopped. It is not going to move anywhere until I enter Shoreside Vale property. So that's what you need to do. So I'm just going to move forward a few feet. You can see the damage meter is up at, I don't know, 20% or so. And as soon as I get the welcome to Shoreside Vale message, I can stop. I'm just going to get out of the way of traffic, but I will put this in quadruple speed again. And you'll see that the little dot is moving on the outside of the circle because the secure car is making progress towards the mission ending garage. And that's it. You just wait here. You get yourself a cup of coffee or whatever. Yeah, so now there is some complications here. Yeah, all right, so there you go, mission pass. All right, so I think I got to come back to the complications here because we're going to jump to some more stuff. Okay, now I'm going to try. Okay, so I'm going to try to jump on this vehicle because that's my thing, is jumping on NPC vehicles. I'm going to fall off, but we're going to get a good look at the old Oriental gentleman here when I jump on the engine. He's on the left-hand side, passenger side. There he was. This is actually the last mission that we will see him. And my goal, my challenge, is to ride this thing all the way to the final garage without falling off, hopefully, and without dying. So I'm going to show you some fails first. It did take a while, so if the secure car runs into something, oftentimes I will fall off. And I didn't have any hope that I would be able to get back on that secure car, but I did decide to mess around with these Colombians here just to see if they were aggressive. There's these two guys over here, and normally Colombians are aggressive to me the entire game before I've even completed the first mission. But this guy does not care, and I'm going to punch him so hard he's going to disappear from existence. That is some power. Claude has been working out. What can I say? Okay, so here I fell off again. I don't know why. I didn't understand why I fell off that time. But I was close enough to this Colombian, and he had heard that I punched so hard that I vaporized one of his buddies, and so he was so afraid of my coming punch that he ceased to exist before the punch came. Yeah, that's. I mean, it's like I said, I've been working out. There, I think I hit like an invisible barrier in the roof. If you recall, we sometimes hit an invisible barrier when we were driving up on top of the tunnel, and I think that's what I hit. So here, even with a gun, I'm going to go in front of him just so he can really see who I am, but he does not care, even as I punch him to death. But he didn't disappear, so to his credit. Okay, sometimes the secure car gets stuck. There's not a whole heck of a lot you can do about that. It happens. Okay, here I fell off when I hit the curb. I managed to get back on, but my health really suffered by getting repeatedly run over by the secure car that I was trying to jump on, and I'm going to get smoked by this guy here by the cones. Health is down to 22, 16, 0, and as soon as I die, the mission stops, the secure car stops, and the old Oriental gentleman gets out. Okay, so here is my final attempt. Now, again, my goal was to ride the secure car the entire time, so I'm not going to say whether or not I accomplished my goal, but this is my final attempt. So I will show this final attempt in its entirety. I think not much of it is going to be in fast forward, and I didn't even use the fast forward cheat code while I was doing it. So mostly you'll see it here in real speed. Okay, coming back to the advanced technique where you drive over to the bridge and do nothing while the secure car follows its fixed path. So if you go to shoreside while the secure car is early in its fixed path, the secure car will just straight up stop dead in its tracks. Wherever it is on Staunton, it will stop. So you can't go to shoreside too early. I don't know how early is too early. Unfortunately, the game doesn't even warn you. Like you can be, running around shoreside waiting for the van to come, and it never will. So don't go to shoreside too early. What you really want to do is wait until you see that message that says, the van is waiting for you. Go to the entrance to the tunnel. So what I do is when I'm speedrunning this game, I want to do something that's productive during my waiting time while the secure car takes its fixed path. And so what I do is I collect while it goes and does its thing in Staunton. I collect 7 Staunton packages, and then I go to the bridge. They're all in South Staunton, so it's pretty convenient. And then on the bridge, I collect the package that's up above. You remember we had to fly the Dodo up there to get it, but the real way to do it is to wait for the bridge to raise up and just stand on that middle median while it's raising up, and then you can just walk right into the package that's floating in the air atop the bridge. Yeah, so I get 8 packages in all, and then usually around the time I've gotten that bridge package collected, I get the message that says, "Go meet your buddies at the entrance to the tunnel." Um, and when you're on the bridge waiting for that message, make sure you don't go too far. Don't go into the part that says "Welcome to Shoreside Vale." If you do, just go back a few feet and get back into the part where it says "Welcome to Staunton." Because again, the secure car will just freeze in its tracks if you go to Shoreside Vale too early. The do nothing strategy isn't perfect because sometimes the secure car gets stuck, other times the secure car's damage meter fills up. I think the reason that it usually works is that a lot of the cartel maybe don't even spawn if you're not there. They don't spawn just for um, the secure car. I think some of them spawn only when you're nearby. So if you're not nearby, they don't spawn. I don't have evidence to support this. My guess is that the cruisers still spawn and do some damage, but maybe not all that much. And then the guys on foot don't spawn, but that's just a guess. My estimate, in my experience of how successful the do nothing strategy is that it works about 80% of the time, which means 20% of the time I fail because the secure car's damage meter fills up or it gets stuck. And then I lose 5 or 6 minutes in my speed run because then I have to start the whole mission over, but I've already collected all my packages. Here, my technique was to gradually, gently walk down onto the engine once I passed this left-hand turn at the T. And then, of course, I fell off, but I was hoping to not get clobbered in the head by the invisible barrier up on the roof. So, all right, I didn't meet my goal of something, staying on that secure car the entire time, but we're going to do our darndest to get back up there and ride it the rest of the way as far as we can. You can see my health has suffered. I was at like 193, I think, when I started the attempt, and now we're down to 41, but it's fine. All right, buddy, don't run me over. I don't have that much health. Ouch, 35. And then sometimes they stop on the median, and I thought I might have an opportunity to hop back up, but I had no such opportunity. Okay, we'll keep reading here while I try to get on top again. Like I said, this mission is the final appearance of the old Oriental gentleman. We saw him in the police enforcer in the opening cutscene to the game way back in video number 1. We rescued him in the mission Liberator, and then we saw him again in the what was that mission where he was doing Tai Chi with Donald Love, and then we see him here. Get up! No, you just hit me again. Please, please. I just want up. Just want up. Here we go. We can do this. Come on now. Oh, we're so close. So then again, he stopped. I think that's the only reason I got up here is because he stopped. Okay, 15 health. 4 cartel members with powerful guns and possibly two cartel cruisers coming up, and I just have to survive with 15 health. It's easy. Okay, having a wanted level at any point in this mission doesn't prevent you from proceeding through the mission. The mission again is called escort service, which is a play on words. To escort literally means just to accompany, and so we are escorting this secure car to its destination. But an escort service typically refers to a business that hires out women to entertain men in certain often adult ways. So escort service is a play on words here. All right, 15 health, easy. All right, we didn't lose anything there. Okay, that's good, good. And let's see, the next thing to say is that the GTA wiki says that you fail if the old Oriental gentleman dies. I couldn't think of a way to make that happen. The secure car is locked the entire time. If you have suggestions on how to get him to die without just straight up blowing up the secure car, leave them in the comments because I would like to see that fail state if it's a fail state. And then just 2 quick pieces of info about Miguel. Remember, this is the guy that we saw in the last mission. He was with Catalina in the opening cutscene while we were robbing the bank, and then we saw him again in the last video when we grabbed that mysterious package for Donald Love. So in the beta, this is from the wiki, in the beta version of GTA 3, at the introduction cutscene, Miguel would say, Catalina, move your ass, but they cut that out. He doesn't say anything. And then this is I thought this was quite interesting. There are only three main antagonists in the GTA universe who did not directly attempt to kill the protagonist. So Catalina is the main antagonist in this game, and she shot Claude in the opening cutscene while they were robbing the bank and left him for dead. So she doesn't count in this category here. But three main antagonists who never directly attempted to kill the protagonist. So here in here in GTA 3, Miguel never tried to kill Claude. Oh, there we go. We passed, by the way, with 2 health. Easy. I never had any doubts. I'm going to fast forward my trip back to my safe house in Staunton, and then the trip over to Donald Love for the next video. Okay, so Miguel in this game never tries to kill Claude. Ryder in San Andreas never directly tries to kill CJ, and then Rocco Pelosi, who is in the Ballad of Gay Tony, never tries to kill Luis Fernando Lopez. So there you go. Miguel is in rare company. Only three main antagonists who don't try to kill the protagonist directly. So here I'm showing you again the three vehicles that we have in our garage. It's not the secure car. We still have the Barracks OL and we still have the Bobcat. We didn't lose either of those because I'm saving over the attempt where I successfully got that explosion-proof secure car into the garage. So it was fun while it lasted, that secure car, but it is no more for us in this save file. So we're right here in front of Donald Love's starting mission marker in preparation for the next video. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you real soon.